because all it will do is bring you down. That's where I ran into an issue personally. What I was doing is I was overloading myself. So then it gets to a point where you just kind of quit. And you're like, whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to get it all done anyway. That's a terrible attitude to have. You have to reevaluate and work to not overload yourself.
You are now tuning in to the Roughnecks Podcast with your host, Cole Nixon. Much love.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. This is episode 183. I do not have a guest for you guys today. It is just going to be kind of like a Fast Friday / Reno's Rants, but we're going to do it on a Monday. Didn't get a guest scheduled. That's on me. So instead, I just decided, you know what? Instead of not putting an episode out, we're going to record a little solo episode because I got some things on my mind that I just wanted to, get on the mic and talk about. So, just a couple quick announcements though, real quick. The newsletter, be sure to sign up for the newsletter, and you can just get on the website. I got to fix the website a little bit. The newsletter thing pops up and whatnot, but I'll fix that. Don't you worry. So it's a little easier. I know the mobile version of the website is having some difficulties. I've got some text about it. I will get on and fix that as well. I apologize for the inconvenience, but sign up for the newsletter because there are a lot of things in there. Sometimes there's promo codes in there for you to be able to get some merch, which if you go over to the website as well, there is merch on the website. And I want you guys just to at least go check this out because the merch is awesome. I have the new bowl hat. It is the white and black hat. I wore it today when I was golfing. Love it. I mean, the Richardson 112 hats, I think that's what they are, 112. They're my favorite hats personally. I also have some flex fit hats on there that a lot of people I know like, but I like the snapback hats. Those are my favorite, most comfortable to me. If you guys have any other, people want to be like, what about this type of hat or what about this type of shirt? Hit me up. Hit me up on social media and I'll definitely give it a shot. We got some new things me, Reno, and Dante have been working on. But, you guys definitely, I want opinions from the fans as well, because you guys are the ones that are getting it, not us. I mean, yeah, we get our own, but you guys, we want to make it for you, not for us. But kind of just going into today's episode, one of the things that's just really been on my mind personally lately, it's been one of those times lately that it's been so hard to get back on track and feel like you are accomplishing something good during the day, at least like making strides to being better, I guess you want to call it, or getting things done in general. I've kind of felt behind with everything, with the podcast, with life, with money, with whatever else it is, just getting things done around the house, whatever it is. I've been feeling so behind on everything. And I can't figure out for the life of me what it is. I mean, this week was super tough. I did make all the excuses for myself this past week, not this week that you're listening to, but the week before. Made all these excuses. Monday was the only night I think I didn't have anything. Tuesday, I was up at the fair directly after work, watching my niece show cows. Both my nieces show their cows. Watched some of the autocross event that they had going on. Wednesday, right after work, went up to the fair again to watch them show cows. Went straight to volleyball after that. Thursday, played 4 volleyball games. Shout out to Jacob. I asked him to sub for us, and then he asked me to sub for them. So we got 4 volleyball games then. Didn't get home till after 10:30. Friday, what did I do Friday? Went up to the fair again and watched Rough Truck, the best event at the Hartford Fair. Saturday, what did I do Saturday? I did something. I can't remember. Oh, had a surprise birthday party for a family friend. Sunday, golf outing. So I feel like I got absolutely nothing done this week. Didn't journal, didn't read, didn't work on the podcast nearly enough. Barely even responded to some text messages that I should be getting back to. felt so behind. Now, when I sat down tonight, this afternoon I started, and then the night I finished, I sat down and realized, hey, you're not planning out your days like you used to. I used to sit down and plan out, not by the minute or by the hour, like you're doing this at this time, this at this time. No, like, hey, these are the things you need to get done today. I don't care when you get them done or how you get them done. Get them done. And one of the things that I think I used to struggle with, because I used to do it a lot, and I used to be very productive, but I'd get mad at myself because I wouldn't get everything on the list done. But I was making my list too big. I'm a little worried looking at my list so far for this week. I've made them too big again, and I'm going to reevaluate after, the first couple days. If I'm not getting everything done, I'm going to reevaluate whether it's me not getting it done and not putting in the effort and the time that I'm supposed to be, or if I made my list too big. You have to be able to prioritize. You can't overload yourself. It's just no different with working out. It's no different with your actual career workload, that kind of stuff. You cannot overload yourself, because all it will do is bring you down. That's where I ran into an issue personally. What I was doing is I was overloading myself. So then it gets to a point where you just kind of quit. And you're like, whatever. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm never going to get it all done anyway. That's a terrible attitude to have. You have to reevaluate and work to not overload yourself. That is one of the biggest things, I think. I think personally, too, you should, if you do feel behind in life, and I'm only speaking this from experience, because I'm not there yet. I'm working towards it. Tonight, I was one of those nights that I just sat down and was like, these are the things that you have to get done this week. Make a list. Get a weekly planner. Write it down on a piece of paper. You don't even have to buy a planner. Just get a piece of paper. Write it down. Monday, I want to get this, and this done. Tuesday, this, and do it for the week. On every Sunday night, you should be writing down your weekly intentions of some things that you want to get done. Now, if you don't have to have something to do every single day. That's not what I'm saying. But you have to give yourself, we all have things that we need to get done during the week, and sometimes we're like, oh man, I can't believe I didn't get that done. Well, write it down. You write it down, put it on the fridge, put it on your desk, put it right beside your bed. I don't care where you put it. Put it somewhere you are going to see it every day, multiple times a day. So that way, when you walk by it, you go, oh crap, I do need to get that done today. That's a heck of a reminder right there. But just don't overload it. The other thing that I wanted to talk about too is prioritize. You have to be able to prioritize your workload. So what I mean by that is you have to be able to go through and be like, all right, we'll say we have 4 things. One thing is non-negotiable, has to get done today. No ifs, ands, or buts. Monday, I have to get this done. But I also have these other 3 things on Monday. Medium goal, or I guess you want to call it a medium goal. Intermediate, like, doesn't have to get done, but I'd really like to get it done. It should get done. And then you can have a couple things on there where if I don't get to it, I can move it to the next day. It's not going to hurt me. Now, I'm going to go back a second and talk about move it to the next day. Because what can end up happening as well is you're going to go, I'll move it to the next day. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow. Whatever it is. You know how it is. We know how it is with whether it's working out. We've all been there where you're like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then 3 days later, and you're not doing it. 3 years later, still not doing it. Now, that's not always the case when you're making a list of things and your weekly intentions of things that you want to get done. But we all have been in that moment where we kind of push things away, push things off. Don't push it off too long. Here's my philosophy starting recently. It's not always been this way. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect, but one of the things that I used to like to do, I should say, is if I tell myself I'm doing it tomorrow, it has to get done tomorrow. It moved up on the priority list. So now, instead of being a low priority goal, it went to medium. And then if you push it off another day, it has to get done that third day. You have no ifs, ands, or buts. I think 2 days max is something that or is how far you can push something off. Now, there is obviously some cases where that's not as true. But If you have the intention of doing it that week, get it done in the first 3 days that you have it scheduled for. Within the first 3 days, I think, is the limit. You can't go past that. You have to prioritize it in your brain that this is non-negotiable. Write it down. When you're making your list, you are also able to sit there and go, all right, Monday, non-negotiable, intermediate, low, priority, list. Write down your non-negotiable. Write down your intermediate. Write down your low priority. It's not going to hurt you to write them down that way. Then it's to say, like I said, you don't get that low done on Monday. It goes to Tuesday, you write out on your intermediate. You don't get it done on Tuesday, it goes under high priority or non-negotiable. Has to get done. What are your guys' techniques? I want to know what you guys think, what you guys decide to do, how you do it, of staying organized in life. Because, I mean, life is crazy. I mean, it's no different than grab the bull by the horns. You have to grab the bull by the horns, or sometimes the bull's just going to kick you when you're down. The bull is not afraid to kick you when you're down. Life is hard. It's crazy. It's a mess. It's fast paced, it feels like sometimes. Slow down a little bit. But what do you guys do? I want to know from you. I'm going to put a poll up probably on Wednesday, I believe, is when I will put a poll or a question box. How do you guys stay organized in life? What is one of the things that you do? What are some tips and tricks that you have? And I will share these out on the story as well, because I want other people. I know this is a common problem. I'm one of them. I want other people to be able to learn and grow from the show. It's not just for me. I try to bring people on here to help you. I try to use other people to help you, and it's helping me along the way. You guys don't realize this show helps me more than it helps my guests, more than it helps you probably. I appreciate all of you guys for listening. I appreciate this quick Monday episode, but I just wanted to kind of talk about that organization of life, because it has been one of the things that I've been battling mentally and just literally. So tell me what you guys think. Answer on the poll on Wednesday, or just shoot me a message as well if you have any tips and tricks that you'd like to offer. But until Friday, where we do have a special episode, be sure to tune into social media Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. But pretty much look at social media all week. But Tuesday, might be a little giveaway action. Maybe a little giveaway action. I don't know. A little special surprise on Friday for you guys. We'll see what it is. But until Friday, you guys know the deal. Life is hard, and it's going to knock you down just like a bull does to a bull rider. Don't let that bull of life walk all over you. Get up, grab the bull by the horns, and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out. Thank you guys for tuning in to today's episode of the Roughnecks Podcast. If you liked today's episode, then please be sure to share it with a friend. You can follow the Roughnecks Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at Roughnecks Podcast. Head over to roughneckspodcast.com and grab yourself some Roughnecks merch. Until next time, make sure you grab the bull by the horns and take control of your life. Roughnecks, out.